He's accused of staging a hate crime and wasting police resources. And this morning, Chicago cops are outraged as all charges against Jussie Smollett are officially dropped.
At the end of the day, it's Mr. Smollett who committed this hoax, period. I stand by the facts of what we produced. If they want to dispute those facts, then the place to do that is in court. Do I think justice was served? No. Where do I think justice is? I think this city is still owed an apology.
Well, Eddie Johnson's not the only one who feels that way. Our next guest, a Chicago native and violent crime victim himself, calls this decision a slap in the face to everyone in Chicago. Here with more is Citizen Kelly, radio show host William Kelly. Good morning to you, William. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you, Ainsley.
You have told us...
I wish I could tell you that we have victory for Chicago, victory for justice, but unfortunately we have a cover-up in Chicago, and it's not over yet, I guarantee you that.
You have said it's a slap in the face, and you want him to apologize, and you say he's not welcome in your city anymore. Why?
Well, first of all, it is a slap in the face to every citizen of Chicago, and all we ever wanted was an apology. It's a pretty low bar, Ainsley, but what we have now is actually worse than what originally happened to begin with. They have dropped the charges, they've sealed the file, and Jussie Smollett is still perpetrating this hoax against the people of Chicago. He is still going around saying that he was the victim of a hate crime in Chicago. This hoax continues.
All right, so how did this happen? Everyone's wondering that. Is it a case of you have to know the right people, you're rich, you're famous, and then you can get off?
Well, that's normally all there is to it, but in this case, there's a lot more. We already know for a fact that Michelle Obama's chief of staff, Tina Chin, contacted the Cook County State's Attorney, Kim Foxx, because we have the text messages, so this is not a conspiracy or a conjecture. This is fact, and asked the state's attorney to literally drop the charges against Jussie Smollett and hand it over to the FBI, right? Mm-hmm. But the Chicago police, being the heroes that they are, in my opinion, investigated the case and turned up enough evidence to bring a 16-count indictment against Jussie Smollett. So so now we have something that is completely out of the ordinary. They've dropped the charges. They've sealed the file. The taxpayers paid for this investigation to the tune of hundreds of thousands of dollars. This isn't going to be over until the taxpayers get to see this file. We've already filed to have the file released, to have it opened and released. And I believe that when that happens, Jussie Smollett will finally be forced to stop smearing my city, the city of Chicago.
Well, there's a lot of crime in Chicago, and we see so many people behind bars as a result of that.
Yes.
Is it a double standard? I mean, what are people in Chicago saying about this? Are they forgiving him, or is it divided, or are most people furious with him?
Absolutely no forgiveness in this case. And I know that it might sound silly or trivial, but I think the people of Chicago are finally fed up with the corruption and the crime, and this Jussie Smollett case has actually brought all the pieces together. And the people of Chicago are demanding that this file be opened and that Jussie Smollett is forced to acknowledge that this was a hoax and apologize. That's the only way that we can move forward.
Okay. Thanks, William.
Thank you, Ainsley.
You're welcome. All right, still to come, Senator Tim Scott joins us in the next hour. Plus, you have seen the shocking attack on a conservative activist at UC Berkeley, right? Well, our next guest says a similar incident happened to him at another campus 2 years ago, and he's going to join us with why he's suing his university.
Threaten my kids? Say something again. Say something about my kids again. Say one more thing about my kids.